What's good, Potterheads? How you guys doing today? So I just finished, quite literally, I think, about 10 seconds ago, reading Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. So I wanted to talk about my impressions of the book after reading it for the seventh time, and my opinions on the book and how the story is. So first off, I just wanted to say that there were parts of the book that I liked. There were parts of the book that I really hated. And my opinions, just so you can have some context, I am a massive realist. So yeah, that's basically just how I think of the story itself. So I first wanted to start off with the parts that I really didn't like, which were the let's say hard to watch parts. The parts that were hard to read parts. The parts that were so difficult to read that if I wasn't a diehard Potterhead, I would have just put the book down right then and there and just stopped reading altogether. Um, and I think the most notable of those parts of the books was the Valentine's Day chapter, when Ginny had written a Valentine's Day poem for Harry, and I think it was the dwarf who is dressed up as what's his name, Cupid, um, who is forcing Harry to listen to the poem in the hallway. That whole part was just so so hard to read. Um, I think it's mostly because like they were young, and also because they're young, and also because like it's just really embarrassing for both sides of that party. So I mean, that's just the way I thought about it. And yeah, that was very difficult. Two good things that the book did actually manage to do was set up some of Harry's character um in the parts where like you know, his connections with Voldemort or Tom Riddle or stuff like that, and also the fact that whenever he goes on a big adventure, that he doesn't do it by himself. He does it with plenty of help, always, all the time. And I'll explain those as I get more into this explanation, this review of the Chamber of Secrets. So number one, also it I think I already said this. It sets up his relationship with Ginny, which is very important because his relationship with Ginny is going to take a big part, obviously, in the rest of the series. And I think that it's also good that J.K. Rowling decided to set it up now more than ever because well, it's good to have these core it's good to have these core aspects of a character at a young age, especially the main character. So that was very good. Um, you know what? Let's get into this. What I didn't like was the plot conveniences. I really did not like the plot conveniences, especially um, the Aragog chapter where they went into the Acromantula den and they learned all of that supposedly new information that they got from Aragog about Hagrid and what happened 50 years ago, which honestly they could have gone a different way and with a lot less, let's say, pure luck. And what I mean by that is, first off, they flew the flying car all the way to Hogwarts, crash landed an attacking tree that basically just destroyed the car. Um, and the car obviously has some sort of thinking process and is alive. So I mean, if I were that car, I would be extremely irritated or just straight up hateful towards Harry and Ron, but instead it comes back to help them after they nearly killed it, which does not seem logical. I'm just saying I don't think that that card would have helped them under normal circumstances. I think we'll just let them die because, well, they almost killed it. Just makes sense. Um, Also, the the whole spider trail thing. Um, there is no reason for the spiders to be anywhere near the basilisk attacks in the first place. Obviously, because, well, I mean, the article that Hermione found pretty much explains it all. That spiders flee from the basilisk because they are, because the basilisk is the spider's worst enemy, and therefore they are scared of it. Which brings me to wonder why they're in those places at the first place, which would cause them to like run away. Also, in organized packs to Aragog. This doesn't seem to add up in my train of thought, at least. Um, so yeah, we have that. Uh, Also, what else was I about to let's bring it to one of the different points of setting up another part of Harry's character. This book does a great job of setting up Harry's the aspect of Harry where Harry doesn't accomplish these feats by himself. He does them always with the help of other people. In this case, it was Moaning Myrtle. Sorry, it was Moaning Myrtle. It was Hermione. It was also Dobby. Um, I'll give a bit of credit to Aragog, fine. But yeah, like he gets a lot of help from other people, and it shows in the aftermath of the chamber of the uh, climax of the book, where he's together with everybody, explaining what he did, how he did it, and he's also explaining the different parts and how he got help from other people, which is very important because it sets the tone very early on in the series for when Harry says the actual words and admits it in Order of the Phoenix that he has an immense amount of luck when he's accomplishing these feats and that he always does them with other people. No, Hermione, he was not being modest. That's actually the truth. Um, yeah, so that's another aspect that I really liked about the book. I also liked in the ending, whereas in the movie, uh, we have this whole big like, oh, there's a reunion, and Hermione comes back, and then Hagrid comes back, and there's the whole big speech, and it's just a really slow scene, which I think in this case, the book actually makes it. The book actually described uh, J.K. Rowling describes this scene, this part of the story, in a more logical sense. Again, I'm a realist, so this appeals to me more. Um, and what she does is that she basically describes the whole aftermath in an overview, which I like better because obviously it's I mean they're having a good time. School has been saved for the second time in 2 years. Um, and I mean, if I don't know about you guys, but I've definitely heard the phrase before: "Time flies by when you're having fun." It doesn't stop and have each main character in the book just have this really long monologue. I mean, that's not how real life works. Obviously, there's going to be an overview because at this point in time, everything is happening so fast in Harry's mind because the the main struggle is over, the bad guy's been defeated, and all of this stuff. I mean, is not really as important to the novel as a whole. So it makes sense that it would be an overview. We still do have we still do have the same information. It's just like it passes over quickly, you know? And I quite like that in the book itself. Um yeah, let's see what else I was about to say. Um uh, the part where Harry stuffs the diary into a sock instead of in the movie where he puts the sock inside of the book. I mean, that might have been just me, but it seemed strange to do that. To stuff the diary into the slimy sock. I mean, you know, just doesn't really make sense, to be honest. Um, yeah, I think that that is pretty much about it for this video. That's pretty much all my opinions on the Chamber of Secrets. I'm very sorry, by the way, that I haven't been posting in a long time. If you saw the video I posted on my story on Instagram a while ago, then you would, I mean, you already heard the reasoning for that, but I want to say it again. Sorry for not uploading in a while. I am currently working on 2 more videos, a Lockhart theory about how he handles fame, and another one that's going to be coming out in a very long time because there's a lot to say on it, and it is my favorite character, a Severus Snape in-depth look. His character, his life, and his motives, and just an in-depth analysis. So yeah. Um, so if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to um like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. Uh, Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Yeah, peace.